Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Bohnanza is a card game by Uwe Rosenberg, and this came out really before Agricola, and this is kind of, from what I know, put him on the map, if you will. This is a fantastic hand management game that I adore and love. I can bring this out with nearly anybody, and they will enjoy it. Now, it's been out for a while, so a lot of people may have played this to death. They may have played it over and over and over again. But it's a favorite of mine, and there's a lot of expansions for it, which over time I'll come out and review and tell you about. But this is a game that I've been able to play sporadically enough that is new and fresh still for me. It's easy to understand, easy to play, and easy to explain and get the game moving, but it adds enough choices and a little bit of pressure luck, if you will, about, okay, that could be a coin, because the same cards are used for coins are the same cards that are used that you're doing set collection with. Simple, exciting. The theme is just painted on here, and the artwork is all cutesy and funny, and without being vulgar. So you're not going to have the vulgarity of, you know, an adult-themed game, adult being NC-17 or R-rated, but humorous and funny enough for adults to like, but it may not have the Munchkin-type humor. But anyway, there's probably a different version with a smaller box. I'd probably recommend that, because this is almost all air, although it has a nice insert inside that kind of keeps everything in place. But, you know, I'll show you, really, you know, it's almost all plastic, so they could have done better with that. The quality of everything is great. I'm very happy with this. And if I was being honest, this is a game that most gamers should have in their collection. I'm a little surprised that it's not on more top gateway game lists. This would probably make one of my lists. I see gateway games as being, okay, if I play this game, I can jump off here. So, while the top games may not be necessarily the best games for Gateway, or the easiest, but they kind of a jumping off a point. Ticket to Ride, like that's to me with Euro games, like it's a jumping off point. Bohnanza may be a jumping off point for card games, more sophisticated card games. Innovation, or, you know, Seven Wonders is probably a good gateway game for that. But it's a jumping off point of hand management. And this is unique in that you can't change the order of your cards. I really like that. So, as they say in Bohnanza, to bean or not to bean? That would be my question to you, and I would say to bean. Keep this game, and this should likely be in more gamers' closets, I think. I have a giant box of Bohnanza. I think this comes in smaller boxes now, but this is just the one I have. Not as portable as some of the other ones. You're going to get a rule book, and it's very nice. It has the help on the side, but not for such a simple game. The rule book is kind of long, and you're going to get a insert here with a bunch of different cards. The cards will have their coin back, and each one's a coin on the back. You have a bunch of different beans, how many on their deck, and what their values are. Most of these have comical artwork on it, which is really cute. The red bean is making funny faces and grabbing himself for some reason. You got blue bean, for some reason he's a Western guy. Maybe this all makes sense in some other universe that I'm not attached to. Maybe they're just comical. Coffee bean, I guess this represents the worker. I don't know. He drinks a lot of coffee, maybe he's out of control. The card stock is fairly good. It's okay. It's bendy. I like it. Shuffles well. Good quality. No problems there. for Bohnanza have been pretty polished over the years. I like the way they have a little help here on the sides if you already played the game, kind of like Aaliyah does, and then the rules intact. It's pretty simple. You know, player mats, if this would have came out nowadays, I think player mats would be in it more, you know, which shows you we can plant it. I even think if player mats came out, I may purchase a player mat for this. It just makes it easier to teach and kind of keep track of things, although it's not needed. Don't get me wrong. Simple game. The rule book is really good. It gives you some rules for 2-player. I don't know if I'd play this 2-player, but there's some variations here. Scoring at the end is fairly simple. I don't think that you're going to have any problems with this rule book, so great job. Okay, what you're doing here in Bohnanza is you're trying to get sets. And if you get a number of sets, like a wax bean, 4 of them, you're going to get coins. 7, you get 2. 9, you get 3. And 11, you get 4. And you're trying to get coins. At the beginning of your turn, and what's unique about Bohnanza is you can never change the order of the cards are in. So the first thing you would do is you would have to plant. And what you're really trying to do is try to get the cards down where you want them to be. And then what you'll do is you'll draw the topmost cards off the deck. In this case, we're getting a green bean and a blue-eyed or black-eyed bean. And you can trade this with other players or keep it for yourself. Whoever trades it has to plant it, okay? So if I got to keep it, I wouldn't be able to plant it on those because I already have things there. Or I can donate cards to people. You can trade or give them to them for free. The idea is I'm trying to get more wax beans. So pretend like this is somebody else's hand and they need a green bean. I might say, how about green bean for a wax bean? And they want to get these wax beans out of their hands. They might say, okay, I'll give you 3 wax beans for the green bean. They plant that, and you're able to place those there. That's fairly easy to do. Then what you would do is you would draw your hand sign back up to 5. And that's pretty much your round of the game. Now you can sell these at any time that you want. So at this point, 4 of these is worth 11. I would give those up, and then I would take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 off the deck, and that goes in my victory point pile. So you never really know what's in the deck and what's not. There is a way to buy a 3rd bean pile, so you can have 3 beans in front of you, but you want to be careful because on your next turn, you're going to have to plant the first 2 cards. That can be very, the order of your cards and trading is going to be very important in this game. Who should buy this game? I may have given this away a little bit. I think most gamers should have this in their closet. I think this is going to be an excellent starter game for people. But, I mean, you could pull this out on Thanksgiving and play with non-gamers and play with your aunts and uncles, and I think they would be able to jump right in and have a good time. I think I started playing this again after a couple years of not playing it, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing this a little bit more often and recommending this game more often. This might even be a good church game to play to have people try new games. It's light enough without being a party game. So you actually have decisions in this game. So Bohnanza is a game I'm going to recommend most gamers to add to their collection for what I would call the Gateway series. This is a gateway game that still packs a punch for gamers. So that's Bohnanza, and that's going to be a keeper.